Today we're going to do a review of the movie Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. And I'm going to start it with, you are familiar with the originals. You watched Revenge of the Sith once. What did you think of Darth Vader's turn? Like Anakin Skywalker, the father of Luke and Leia.
Yes.
Started out, I mean, he was good all the way through the movie till the end where he wanted to save his wife.
Okay.
So he decided to change, and what that change brought on was the Jedi Purge.
Okay.
The killing of children, women, everything.
Okay.
All the Jedi were wiped out, except for 2. But there were other survivors in the expanded universe.
Yes.
So what did you think of, like, when you grew up and you saw Darth Vader for the first time, was he scary to you, or what did...
He just looked like a bad guy. You know what I mean? Like, just a bad character. You know what I mean? So it's like, he wasn't scary to me, but he was just like a bad dude.
A bad dude, that's how
Yeah,
you... That's,
I like that. Bad dude is what he is.
Well, in the movie, what I liked about this movie is the beginning starts out with the space battle. They go to save not Emperor yet, Chancellor Palpatine, who is Darth Sidious. But they go to save him. They go to rescue him. There's a nice little space battle. They fight droids. They go rescue Chancellor Palpatine. They have to fight Dooku, who's called Darth Tyrannus, played by Christopher Lee, who's a great actor. A lot of nice action, lightsaber battles. R2-D2 gets to have a little fun moments in the beginning. General Grievous, who was pictured on this Blu-ray version of the movie, he was actually pretty cool. The first act was full of action. It was really it was awesome. And the score from John Williams, the cinematography, the special effects were just amazing. But then as it progresses, and Anakin gets denied rank of master, he's starting to not feel at home, feel right with the Jedi. He just doesn't feel like he wants more. And Palpatine, the Emperor, later on, pretty much is like puppet strings on Anakin because he wants him to be his apprentice.
Okay.
So, I like how that all came about. The thing about this movie, though, there's 9 movies. Well, the 9th's coming out in a month.
Okay.
But out of the 8 that are out, this is my second favorite movie. Return of the Jedi is number 1.
Return of the Jedi.
But the main thing about this movie is Mace Windu, Samuel L. Jackson, goes up against Sidious, Emperor Palpatine.
Okay.
It's a fantastic scene. That's where Anakin pretty much makes his turn. But the dynamic between Ian McDiarmid and Hayden Christensen's really good.
Yes.
The situation with Padme, how she's loved him, pretty much no matter what, and she's still sticking with him even after Obi-Wan gave her the bad news of what he's done.
Yes.
She's pregnant with Luke and Leia.
Okay.
And you know who Luke and Leia is.
Yes.
I mean, they're the most famous, twin siblings in cinema history that I think of. But the movie was full of action. Like I said, the score was great. It got dark. It was funny. It just went all over the place, but it was really good. This is one of the only Star Wars movies that I could watch like every other day. Like, I love this movie.
Wow.
It's just good. And
I believe you.
But I mean, you saw it too. But it's just you don't get Star Wars like I do. But
I
you like action pieces.
I do, and I think like the cinematography and everything on it was great.
But John Williams with the score, the music he composes.
Yes, most definitely.
And to me, his music it would take Star Wars to another level.
Yeah, it does. I just remember when I just think of Star Wars, I just think when I was little with the cards. I used to have Star Wars cards.
You collected the cards?
Yes, I did.
So then you probably had a Darth Vader card.
Definitely. I had several Darth Vader cards.
Because even though that, like in the movie, Chancellor Palpatine... See, in the movie, he's Darth Sidious, Chancellor Palpatine, Emperor Palpatine. He becomes everything in one movie.
Yes.
And the thing for me, like, I think of all the movies he's done, this is probably the most screen time he's had.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a really, really good actor, and he pulls it off. He plays a villain like top 10, 10 plus. He's just great.
And your passion for this movie is very phenomenal.
Right, but if you remember in Return of the Jedi, when Luke fought Vader on the Death Star,
Okay.
the Emperor, and it's the same actor.
Okay.
And that's what's fantastic. Like, Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi were all made in the late 70s, early 80s.
Okay.
The ones that we saw at the theater.
But I did have a Return of the Jedi book. It was a book.
Coloring book?
No, it was actually a book of the movie. It had all the pages of the movie.
Okay.
So I had that book.
I had tons of toys. But the guy that played the Emperor in the original 3 from the 70s and 80s is the same actor that played in the prequels, 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
Because it's called, the original trilogy is what we saw when we were kids.
Yes.
The prequels, which is before the original trilogy,
Yes.
1, 2, and 3, and then the sequels made by Disney are 7, 8, 9.
Okay.
And so far the sequels aren't really winning me over, but
there's basically a lot of Star Wars movies.
There's a lot. But this movie, to me, for a review, it's a great movie, and
I would recommend it. I thought it was very fascinating.
it was a good story too.
It was.
It wasn't just lightsabers and starfighters, and
it wasn't.
it
was an overall good movie.
There was a good arc for Anakin.
It was very entertaining. The plot was good. Everything about it was good.
Like this scene behind us, that's when Anakin has the Vader suit for the very first time.
Okay.
When he was on the table. I mean, you haven't seen it in a while, so you might not remember.
Yes.
But that was it.
I agree with you.
Do you want to do the closing?
Thank you for watching.